Yo, dude. So, yeah, I guess my biggest takeaway from it was that I really liked what he said, and he summarized it. That he was making it for the person that wasn't as informed, and it was a kind of an entryway point for people to check it out in the way that I don't know how you discovered this topic. Well, I do know you told me, but you know what I mean. Like when we first discovered it and how we kind of started asking questions. That's really who he made it for in this, and he had some interesting points about like the hearing and his perspective on that, but his perspective and his honesty on like the Jason Sands situation, I thought was pretty big, and I liked how I respected how open he was about all the stuff financially and all those things. So he just comes off as a very genuine person, and what he's trying to do is also the same thing, genuine. I think he knows more than he's able to say like anyone else, but the takeaway I got was that he's just trying to make sure that more and more people are getting on board with this thing.
Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the goddamn internet. And today we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic, guys. This is about James Fox, and this information that just came out will absolutely shock you, okay? So make sure you stick around till the end to get the absolute best out of this video, and do not skip, okay? But yeah, before we get into it, I just want to say please subscribe, notifications on, leave a like, and that's how I know you like this content and to support it. Yeah, let's get into it. God damn.
And then there's another individual who is producing the documentary, who will remain nameless, who's saying that he made the phenomenon and telling all these people not to meet with me. And I'm having to send production stills of me in China and Australia and Africa and with Senator Harry Reid to staff members of certain congressional folks, these photographs to prove, no, I was the one that made the phenomenon, right? Mm-hmm. And then all these intel folks that I was trying to get access to were told not to meet with me. And Christopher Mellon, thank you, Mr. Mellon, stood up for me and set the record straight. So I was fighting that. It really felt like somebody was just trying to extinguish my career. Like I was like, I remember I just like this, the level of stress, like when all your money's cut off, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm sure.
Particularly right at a time when, your film is making money. Cause again, it's usually the first 4 months where you make the vast majority, 75% of what you're making. And then money trickles in and it supports you to cover. But, I have to pay back a lot of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars at the end of every production. Yeah. I mean, I spent a lot on the trailer. I spent a lot on the sound design and editing, shooting, blah, blah, blah. So I was dealing with all of those things during the making of the program. And I remember at times when I'd go to sleep at night, I'd had to have a whiskey because the stress was so intense. And I was just staring at the ceiling, just going like, I've never felt this before. I felt like someone was just trying to extinguish me.
So that was my main man, Kristian Harloff, and James Fox. What the fuck? That was a long ass pause, right? So they were talking, right? And this is all really interesting and very descriptive. Like it's very descriptive how he describes that it feels like someone's trying to extinguish him, right? His career, his ambitions, his interests that he is pursuing and doing such a good job at, that all these CIA people trying to intimidate and extinguish this man's work. It's really sad to see. You can see it's taken a toll on him, but I would love to hear from you as well. What do you think about all this? Do you think it's just all an act, he's talking shite, or do you think this is actual credible information and this is really happening? So apparently the documentary came out on the 16th, so let me know if you guys watched it. I have not yet, but I'm wanting to watch that, so I'll give an update on that. Subscribe right now, okay?
You've seen the footage I'm about to ask you about, and we still keep wondering if he's ever going to release it, the Logan Paul stuff, right?
Yeah.
So like Is that ever gonna? First of all, two-part question. One, will it ever come out? Two, is it enough of what we're talking about with Providence and everything too? Is it enough? Is that one of the ones going? That's pretty damn real.
So somebody came to my house who'll remain nameless, maybe about a year ago, and he has the footage as well.
Wow.
And he showed it to me right here. I was sitting right where I'm sitting right now. I watched it, and I was like, oh, this is really degraded. Like it had lots of dropouts, and it looked like it had been edited. It didn't, I mean, yes, it was kind of what I saw for sure, but it looked like it had been edited. What I saw and what I remember seeing from Chuck Clark, Chuck said to me, your jaw's going to hit the floor when you see this. And guess what? My jaw hit the floor when I saw it.
Yeah.
It was maybe a couple minutes long, maybe 2 minutes, something like that, where they're inside the car and the lights lighting up the dashboard and moving around and they're arguing and then they get out. And I remember either he pans the camera up or he gets out of the car and then the camera goes back on again. And I remember seeing the disc just kind of doing this. It was just kind of doing this like that.
Yeah.
Like it was unstable and it was glowing like an orangey, yellow, red. And that it was very impressive, very impressive. And what I saw last year, at first I was like, is that the same thing that I remember seeing? But it looked like it had been edited and then it was degraded. You can imagine a VHS tape. You know what VHS does after, getting played over the heads, that half-inch tape. You get all that dropout.
Sure.
Video was notorious for that stuff. So the VHS tape that I saw now, apparently they're going to process it through some new software that can take those digital facts and they can clean up all the noise that had been created. And maybe that will be good. But I remember asking the individual, I think he said that he made a deal with Chuck Clark that he was going to have the footage restored and digitized.
So, and actually be released?
I don't know. Okay. But again, what I saw, you don't have the camera operators. Those guys are, I don't know, MIA.
Yeah.
One of them was 19 at the time.
Okay.
I was 26 when I saw it, 27 maybe.
Shit. Okay.
So, and I'm 56 now, so do the math.
Okay.
Right? And so that guy was 19, so he would be
late 40s.
How old would he be?
Late
49?
40s. Yeah, late 40s.
Late 40s. Okay, yeah. So he's probably still around. And the other guy was I think the other guy was 11 years older.
Okay.
So he was 30, he was 19. So he would be what?
So late 50s? Yeah.
Late 50s.
Yeah. So it's still probably, depending on how well they took care of themselves.
Yeah. Now here, exactly. Yeah. And now here's the real frustrating part is that, we started doing some digging on that case and we found the name of the individual. No, Chuck Clark gave the name of the individual who gave the footage to him.
Okay.
And that was given to a private investigator. Anyway, we found the guy. He had just died.
Oh, shit.
He'd worked at a production house in Los Angeles, and he just died. So then we contacted that individual's son because we were like, his cubbyhole at the office probably has the master because he had a master of it, which is probably, but the son apparently was the last thing his son wanted to be doing was talking about UFO footage when he was mourning the loss of his dad. So it's an ongoing investigation. Logan Paul got threatened of a lawsuit by Chuck Clark. If he released it, he might, I don't know. Logan's like, hey, it's degraded. Yes, it was impressive. He talked about it doing this. That was one aspect of it that really caught Logan's eye, but it was pretty degraded. And what he got was from a camera on his shirt, right?
Right. So who knows?
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting.
So that is absolutely so fucking interesting, right? This video being chased down and hovering as weirdly as it was described.
It's a little twisted. It's a little twisted of me to put on a small button camera and go film UFO footage that isn't mine. Here's the thing, though. It's not his either. It's not. The people who shot it gave it to him and expected that he would keep it hidden for himself. It's not his footage. He's keeping what I thought at the time, important UFO, alien, extraterrestrial proof in his possession and not showing it. Like, why? I think that is doing a disservice to the world. Like, what's the because you said you wouldn't share it? Not gonna do it for me.
Well,
You're being
Rogan
selfish.
said Rogan.
Hold on a second. I'm not saying anything.
Rogan said the reason he's probably not sharing it is because it's probably fugazi. You know what I'm saying? So he's locking it down just to build hype up.
No. Chuck Clark lives in a shack in the middle of nowhere. It was the most middle of nowhere I've ever been in my life.
And you're from Ohio.
So goddamn, guys, this is pretty interesting. Logan Paul actually has seen this footage, actually has in his possession footage of this footage through some kind of button-up shit with a camera that's that small. It's really weird, right? Some spy shit. So yeah, I'm hoping he releases it. And he's never had a moral problem. He was in Suicide Forest, Japan, that controversy, all these fucked up shit he did. And now this is where he draws his moral line. Like, right? What do you guys think?
The true reason I haven't released it. It's not enough. It doesn't have enough meat on the bone and proof for me to put it out confidently and be like, this is legit UFO footage. There's one kind of interesting thing about the video that could prove its validity. When you scrub through the footage, forward and back, like kind of fast, like you take your little slider and you scrub through like this, the disc hovers so fluidly. It's like buoyant almost in the air. And I'm not sure if that type of movement, like as fluid as it was possible in 1995 VFX editing. It looks like too good. It looks too good.
This fucking guy, now he's doing exactly what a lot of people are doing, and just hovering, pun intended, right? Hovering around this topic, but not releasing it, but giving so much detail to pique everyone's curiosity, right? I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna try and make money off this somehow or some shit. Really interesting stuff. I hope he releases it. As he said, with his narcissist brain, right? This is for the world. It's not his property, right? This knowledge cannot be kept. That's a disservice to the world, right?
In 2017, the New York Times published a story exposing a secret government program investigating UFOs.
That story was kind of a catalyst for a lot of things that have happened since. Members of Congress started to ask questions.
Instruments report there is something there.
There are flight characteristics that we can't explain.
UAPs are unexplained. It's true. They need to be investigated.
Here we are having a hearing where just a few years ago, we didn't even acknowledge that these things were real.
Do you believe that our government is in possession of UAPs?
Absolutely, based on interviewing over 40 witnesses over 4 years.
You're telling me people have come forward claiming firsthand knowledge of craft of non-human origin?
That's correct. We have sources who have asserted not only that there have been crashes, but there have been crash retrievals.
Do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
Biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they human or non-human?
Non-human.
I'm sitting here today because the American people are being lied to.
We are the American government, and we are open, and we're going to be open about this.
What has been revealed:
non-human intelligence exists. Non-human intelligence has been interacting with humanity.
Is only part of the story.
The pressure's on. The Pentagon, the CIA, they're going to have to answer the mail.
Some are risking everything.
Have you had incidences that have caused you to be in fear for your life?
Yes, personally.
To uncover the rest.
What is being done to verify the assertion that the U.S. government has spaceships of non-human intelligence in their possession?
That kind of revelation unearths people's beliefs.
I would go to jail to say things that I've been exposed to in the program.